week 13. We'll be working on off of the PDF entitled Blue Bossa Material, page 2, the bossa groove and the chords and bass bossa groove. So, this is the groove we're going to be working on for the rest of the semester with this tune, and it goes a little something like this. So I'm going to play what you see there for number 2. But notice I'm playing the left hand down an octave lower. So here's middle C. Here's my voicing. Left hand an octave lower in the bass register. So here's the groove very slowly. It's going to sound like this. 2 and 3, 4. So you can simplify a little bit of that. The right hand kind of needs to be that same pattern. This is a particular Brazilian pattern that you kind of want to keep that there. The left hand can be, it's mostly just half notes, especially when you get going faster. And you can see that that I'm sometimes adding in a little pickup note to some of those. I can't help but do that. That's just part of the groove, but I'm not doing it every time. So like 2, 3, 4. So that's what you would do at a faster tempo. But let's try it together at a slower tempo. We're gonna do. I'm gonna show you this groove at 100 BPM, just for practice. So check it out. So that's just the first 2 measures of the groove. That's what I have there under number 2, and that's a great way to practice, is just kind of get that happening first. But the idea is that you're going to be able to play that same pattern throughout all the chord changes, throughout the whole tune. And so let me show you what that's going to be like. And this is all stuff you can practice on your own. I have these backing tracks, a few different kinds, different tempos. Some that have piano, some that don't. I'll include one here that doesn't have piano or bass. It's just the percussion like I'm playing right now. That'll be useful. But right now, let me play through the Blue Bossa, the whole form. So this is number 3 on that PDF, chords and bass bossa groove. So here, I'm going to go a little bit faster, 105 now, but here you go. So here's the whole form. So a couple things to note of what I'm doing, and you can see this on the PDF, and you can see it with the way I'm playing. Is that whenever I have, um, it's a two-measure pattern, right? And whenever I have a new chord that happens in the second measure, so for example, the D half diminished to the G7, 1, 2, 3, and I didn't do it right here. Check it out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So you'll notice that I'm changing to the G7 half a beat early on the and of 4. So then the same thing happens on the 2-5-1 and D flat major. We have E flat minor. So I'm getting there half a beat early, just because that's the way the rhythm works out. And in this style of music and other jazz styles, if you have to make a choice, you always want to anticipate the chord. It just sounds a little hipper that way. That's one thing to point out. The other thing about this is I know this isn't easy. This is not an easy pattern. I've played this a lot, so I can do it. It's sort of like autopilot for me. But I know it's not the easiest thing to do, so you're going to need to slow it down and practice just parts of it. Practice getting from just the first few beats. Maybe practice the left hand first for a while. Practice playing this groove. So you can practice parts of it like that. Practice getting just from one chord to the next chord. Seeing if you can make that happen. Right, or from the... Make sure you can make those changes like that. So practice parts of it. Practice... a 4-measure phrase, and then trying to get from the 4th measure to the next phrase. So you're practicing getting those chords, the chord changes happening like that. So you can put it all together. And as always, you can move back and just work on playing just what we did last week, just playing these chords. This is going to be a great place to start. You should be able to get through that pretty quickly, so that when you're playing this, you're not thinking about what's going to happen next. You're just grooving.